Okay, so you know that feeling, right? When you're about to go into a job interview and, like, your palms get sweaty.
Oh, tell me about it.
You've got the resume prepped, you've, like, stalked them online.
Okay.
But then you get to that point where you have to actually talk asterisk about yourself.
It's a performance.
It really
You've
is.
got to set the stage. Those opening questions are huge.
Ugh, don't even get me started on introduce yourself versus tell me about yourself. Like, are they not the same thing?
Right. It's so confusing.
But I found this YouTube video by Career Vids, and they are all about this distinction. Like, the title is, in all caps, Introduce Yourself and Tell Me About Yourself, How to Introduce Yourself in a Job Interview.
Oh, yeah, that one with all the exclamation points.
Exactly. And I'm like, okay, you've got my attention.
Someone's excited about interview prep. Love it.
Right. So let's break it down. What is the big deal about not treating those two questions, introduce yourself and tell me about yourself, as the same thing?
Well, they each have a different vibe, you know.
Okay, I'm listening.
Like, introduce yourself. That's your elevator pitch. Quick, concise. You've got to tailor it to that specific company you're talking to.
So it's more about painting a clear picture of who you are professionally, not just listing off every single thing you've ever done.
Exactly. You hit the highlights.
Yeah.
Your past, what you're doing now, what you want to do in the future. And it's all got to connect back to why the asterisk should care.
So basically how your whole career journey has led you to asterisk them asteriscopy.
Oh, okay. Exactly. Whereas, tell me about yourself. That's where you get to unpack it all a bit more. It's the nitty-gritty, those skills, the juicy details of your experience, times you totally crushed it, and honestly, even a bit of your personality shines through.
Oh, so it's not just about reciting your resume word for word.
No way. They want to know who you are, how you think, what makes you tick. It's about figuring out if you'd be a good fit for the team, not just if you can do the job.
Okay, I never thought about it like that. This video actually gives really clear definitions for both questions, which I thought was super helpful. Want to hear them?
Yeah, hit me with them.
Okay, so for introduce yourself, they say it's a concise professional overview, and it should cover where you've been, where you are, and where you want to go in your professional career. But here's the kicker. It's got to show how your aspirations and career trajectory align with the company you're interviewing with.
I like that a lot because that shows you've done your homework. You know, you're not just sending out generic applications.
Totally. Now, for tell me about yourself. They call it a more detailed explanation of your skills and experience,
Makes sense.
and that you need to back everything up with specific achievements. They even have this handy acronym.
Ooh, I love a good acronym. What is it?
It's SEAT.
SEAT. All right, I got to know what that stands for.
Buckle up. It's skills, experience, achievements, and type of person.
Okay, so it's like a cheat sheet for your brain. Love it. And it makes it clear for the interviewer, too. They want to know you've got the chops, you've got the experience to back it up, you've got proof you can deliver, and that you're someone they actually want to be around.
It's so true. Nobody wants to work with a robot.
Exactly. They want to know you're going to vibe with the company culture. So how does this video say we actually answer these questions in a way that's going to make us stand out from everyone else? Because let's be real, we all blend together after a while.
Seriously, like, how do we make them remember us?
Structure is key, my friend. And luckily, this video breaks down each question with easy-to-remember frameworks.
Okay, I am here for a good framework. It's like having a blueprint for building the perfect answer.
Right. No more going in blind.
So spill the tea. What are these magical formulas?
So for introduce yourself, they use this PPP approach.
PPP.
Yeah, stands for past, present, plans for the future.
Okay, so like a little timeline of your career, hitting all the big milestones and showing how it leads right to them.
Exactly. And, you know, don't feel like you have to cram every single thing you've ever done.
Right, nobody wants to hear about that one summer job you had in high school.
Unless it's, like, weirdly relevant.
True, maybe if you're applying to be a fry cook.
There you go.
Okay.
But yeah, this past part of the PPP, it's about picking out the stuff that directly relates to the job you want to asterisk. Now asterisk ain't. Like, did you lead a project? Were you the go-to person when something went wrong?
So it's all about showing how your past experiences have basically prepped you for this asterisk role, not just any role.
Nailed it. Okay, so then we move on to the present. This is where you get to talk about what you're doing right now.
Okay, so if you have a job, you talk about your current role, but like make sure you're highlighting those accomplishments, right? Not just saying, I answer emails and stuff.
So sure, for sure, you want to give them a glimpse into what you're capable of. Asterisk right now. Asterisk. Like a little teaser trailer.
I like that. Now, what if you're between jobs? Can you still rock the present part of this PPP thing?
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
It's a chance to talk about any freelance work you're doing, maybe some passion projects you're super into, volunteering even.
Oh, so anything that shows you're not just sitting around waiting for the phone to ring. You're out there doing your thing.
Exactly. You're actively leveling up your skills, staying in the game.
It's like saying, hey, I'm not afraid to hustle. Okay, so we've got past and present down. Now for the juicy part. Plans for the future. This is always a little tricky, right?
Tell me about it.
Because you want to seem ambitious, but also, like, not totally delusional.
You don't want to be like, in 5 years, I'm going to have your job.
Oh my gosh, no.
So instead of going there, think about where you'd genuinely be stoked to grow asterisk within asterisk the company.
Like, I'm super pumped about your company's commitment to sustainability, and I'd love to be a part of making that even stronger.
See, that's perfect. It shows you doing your research, you get their values, and you're thinking long term. Now, ready to move on to seat and tell me about yourself.
Oh yeah, hit me with it.
Okay, so we kind of touched on skills and experience already. Those are pretty self-explanatory. But let's talk about achievements for a second.
Okay, this is where we get to brag a little
It's
bit.
your time to shine. But you got to walk that fine line between confidence and, like, full-on arrogance, you know?
So how do we toot our own horn without sounding like a broken trumpet?
Frame it in terms of how it benefited the company, not just how awesome asterisk your asterisk are.
So instead of saying, I'm a coding ninja, you'd say, my coding skills helped increase website traffic by 20%.
Right. Boom. You got it. Show, don't tell.
Ah.
And it makes them think, oh, if they did that for asterisk, their asterisk company, imagine what they could do for asterisk gopher.
Okay, I'm sold. Now, the type of person part of seat, this one always feels like trying to squeeze my whole personality into a tiny box.
Right. It's tough.
So, any tips on how to highlight the traits that really matter without writing my whole autobiography?
Think about it like building your dream team, but you are the team. Each personality trait is like your superpower.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Are you the one who's super organized and keeps everyone on track? Are you the ideas person, always coming up with brilliant solutions? Focus on the qualities that are relevant to the job and that mesh well with their company vibe.
So instead of just saying I'm a team player, which, let's be honest, everyone said.
Right. It's on every resume ever.
You'd say something like, I thrive in collaborative environments where I can brainstorm with my team and come up with innovative solutions.
Now you're talking. You're backing it up with specifics, painting a picture of you in action. That's what makes it stick.
Right. You're not just some random applicant. You're basically saying, I'm already on your team. This is how I roll.
Exactly. It's all about showing them you asterisk it to asterisk it, you know?
100%. So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have?
But there's one more thing this video talks about that I think is super important.
Oh, yeah. Lay it on me.
So they make this point that, yeah, these structures, these examples, they're great and all,
Super helpful.
but we can't just use the same answers for every single interview.
Oh, for sure. It's got to be tailored.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you
Right.
can't just...
It's like wearing the same outfit to every party.
Exactly. You got to read the room.
Okay, love that. So how do we make sure our answers, fit the vibe of each specific job we're going for?
Research, research, research. That's key.
Of course.
Like, really dig into the company's culture, their values, even just the words they use in the job description itself.
Okay, so I'm taking notes.
And then you sprinkle those keywords into your answers. Use examples that show you really understand what they're all about.
So you're basically speaking their language, showing them you're already thinking like one of them.
Exactly. You're not just some random applicant. You're showing them you get it, you know?
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. This might seem like a lot to remember, but it's not really about memorizing a script.
No, not at all.
It's about being ready to have a conversation and having these frameworks, these examples.
It just gives you that confidence, you know?
Totally. Like, bring it on. I've got this.
Exactly. Okay, before we wrap up,
Yeah.
remember that point we talked about earlier about how important it is to frame your achievements in a way that highlights company benefit?
Oh, yeah, like that example with the client retention rate.
Exactly. Could you imagine if you were interviewing for a client services role and just casually drop that into your answer?
Game changer.
Right. Because it shows them you get their business, you understand what makes them tick.
And that you can deliver those results.
100%. You're not just there to fill a seat. You're there to make a difference
Yeah.
You're bringing value from day one.
Okay, I'm pumped. This whole deep dive has been amazing. I love how a few simple tweaks, a few well-chosen words,
It can make all the difference.
can totally transform how we approach those, like, make or break interview questions.
It's true. It's all about strategy, showing them who you really are
Yeah.
and highlighting how your awesomeness connects with their needs.
Love it. All right, as we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with this one thought. What's that one story, that one skill, that one achievement that just screams, I was born to do this job?
Yeah. What makes you the obvious choice?
When you can own that, when you can really articulate why asterisk are the one they need, that's what makes you unstoppable.
So true. Now go out there and crush those interviews.
Yes. And if you land that dream job because of this deep dive, come back and tell us about it. We want to hear your success stories.
Absolutely. We're rooting for you.